Hi, you might have heard about Pomodoro technique, or those who don't know about it, I will explain it. So, Pomodoro technique will help you increase your focus levels and increase your productivity. So, it says that the technique says that you set a timer for 25 minutes and you work, and after that, you take a 5-minute break, and again 25-minute work, 5-minute break, 25-minute work, 5-minute break, and then 25-minute work. And when you completed 4 25-minute works, then the break is going to be long, which is going to be around 20 to 30 minutes. So, are you understanding it? You work for 25 minutes, take 5 minutes break, and again work for 25 minutes, take 5 minutes break. Like that, you do 4 times, and the fourth break is going to be 20 minutes, and again we are going to start again 25-minute work. So, in this 5-minute break, you can watch some YouTube videos, or you can do something which relaxes you. So which is not work. So like this, if you do, then your productivity is going to be increased. So we are going to design a timer for that. 25-minute work timer, 5-minute break timer. 25-minute work timer, 5-minute break timer. So the output of the program is going to look like this. So if you start it, it is going to count down 25 minutes, and it is going to say work, and after this 25 minutes is over, it will say break for 5 minutes. Like that, if you finish 4 work sessions, then the break will increase to 20 minutes. Okay. Now if you observe it, we are using a tomato picture here. So why tomato picture here is because Pomodoro means tomato in Italian. In Italian, tomato is called Pomodoro. Okay, so that is why we are using this tomato picture, and you can download a tomato picture from the internet and you can use in this project. We have already downloaded it. We'll show you. So now let's go to the program. Let's try to design this entire not entire. First, let's try to design this particular tomato and then the time display on it. Later, we will add the other things which are required: start button, reset button, and then work label. All these we will add. Now, let's try to see this. So, here, if you observe it, on top of the tomato picture, we are writing the uh, text. So, some one element is displayed on top of other element. If you want such a layout, then you have to use canvas. Okay, canvas is like real life canvas where you can draw something on it, and on top of it again you can draw something. So that is why we are going to use canvas. And before starting, we have downloaded the hexadecimal codes of all the colors that we use in this program. So pink, red, green, yellow, we have already downloaded them. And the font color, font name is Courier, and we have also used the constants for work time and then break time and then long break time, 25, 5 and 20. Now let's try to start the program. These are all the constants. Okay. Now let's try to import tkinter. From tkinter and import everything, import star, and let's try to create the window by using tk class. Window is created. Let's try to give a title to the window. You can give any title. Pomodoro is the right title here. Pomodoro, and then catch hold of the window. Otherwise, it just disappears. So by using the main loop, so always use the main loop when you are using the window. Now, if I run it, it will simply show a window with the title. Okay, it will simply show the window with the title Pomodoro. Okay. Now let's try to add the canvas. By using canvas class. For the canvas, we are giving some width and height. How do I know this width and height is? I see the picture, tomato picture, and its width and height is 200 and 223. So we are giving the same width and height to the canvas. Instead of 223, we are giving 224 so that it will be an even number. Now canvas is created. Now you can add the image to the canvas. You have to give the location of the image. So I am giving half of it. 200 means 100, 224 means 112. So these numbers you have to experiment and get them. Okay. And now I have to give the image. So image is tomato.png, but I cannot give directly tomato.png because this is expecting an object of type photo image. So let's create a photo image from the image. Are you getting it? So I am trying to give directly the name of the file which contains the image, but this method create image will not take that particular uh, argument. So that is why I am creating a photo image. By giving file as tomato.png. Let's call it as tomato image. And this image, whichever is the object of photo image, we are going to pass it here. Tomato.png. And now we are going to call canvas.pack. Let's try to run it and see. So you can see that a tomato image is created on the canvas. Let's try to add some padding to it so that it will look good. Otherwise it is taking up the entire screen. So to the window.config, you can say pad by and pad x. Let's give pad by as some 100, it will be. Okay, 40. You have to play with these numbers. Give some number and see how it looks like, and again change the number. Then you'll understand how to do it. Okay, now we got some padding. There is a small problem here. It looks like our tomato got shifted towards the left, and it has got cut on the left side. It has got cut. Let's make it circle, perfect circle. Instead of 100, you give 103. In these numbers, you need to play with them. Then only you'll understand. There is no formula for it, or it is not science. You have to play with them. Okay. Now let's try to put the time on the tomato by using create text. Let it be at the center, just like how we have placed the image 103, and let's try to put 103 and 112 and see what happens. And let the text be simply 00 column 00. So now if you observe it, time is being displayed. It has to change, we have to change the color and also the size of it. And also if you see, it is not at the center of the tomato, it is little bit up. Because tomato is starting from this green, I don't know what you call it, from this green leaf, it is starting here and it is ending here, and this is actually the center, but it doesn't look like the center because we are taking these leaves also into consideration. We will move it down. Now we got it. So now let's try to change the font and the text color of the text. Let's try to change the font a bit, and also let's try to make it come little bit down. So there in the text, let's try to give 130, and let's try to change the font. This fill is for color. Instead of black color, we want white color there. See, all these are depending on what you want. Okay. So you don't have to follow me. You can create your own Pomodoro with your own settings. Okay. So these are something that I am actually trying to create because I like it that way. And the font is going to be, we have already font color, font name. Let's give it some size of 35, and let's give it bold. Let's try to run it and see now. Now you can see that in bold letters, the timer is visible 0000. Okay. Now let's try to change the background of the background color. See, I have taken these colors from a website called Color Hunt. Okay, if you go to the website Color Hunt, there you can see for all the colors what are the hexadecimal codes. Now, once you get the hexadecimal codes, you can use this in this program. That is what I have used here for red, yellow, green, pink, red, green, yellow. I have taken these hexadecimal codes and I am using it in the program. You can get them from Color Hunt. Colorhunt.io or colorhunt.us is there. You can just check it. Google out Color Hunt. You will understand. You will get it. So now we'll change the padding of the window also. X side 100 and Y side 50. And also change the background color of the window to yellow. See, yellow is a variable. Don't put quotations there. Here, yellow is a variable here for me. So if you are copying this code, don't put quotations there. Okay. Now I got the background color of the window to be yellow, but if you look at the canvas background color, it is still white. I want this entire thing to be of this yellow. Okay. So let's change it. It is very light yellow that I am using. You use whatever colors you are comfortable with, or how you want to look how you want the output to look like. We use them. So the background color of the canvas also we are giving it yellow. Now I don't know if it is visible to you or not. There is a white line, white border here for the canvas. Is it visible? There is a white border. Okay. So we want to remove that border also. So for the canvas, so see, TK enter is not very well documented. It is very difficult to find the methods or parameters in TK enter directly. So I had to use Google and Stack Overflow in order to understand how to remove that border. Okay, so we are going to use highlight thickness. So there are two T's, highlight thickness. There are two T's. So when you are typing it, just be careful. I am making highlight thickness to 0. Now I got the tomato to look like exactly how I want, but there is a small problem. In the right side, it looks like it is cut off. We have to change that. So let's have it 100. It looks like it has moved to the right. So I'm making it 100. Now it is perfectly round. Okay. So next we have to add some other widgets to the GUI. We will do it in the next video. Okay. Thank you. Hi. So let's see what we have created so far. Now our GUI looks like this. Okay. Now I want the user interface to have more widgets to it. So what I want is, let's see this. I want something like this. When the timer is going on, I want the timer to be there, and when the break is going on, I want break to be there. And then there should be a start button, reset button, and a tick mark. Now these tick marks will show how many Pomodoros are completed so far. One tick mark means one Pomodoro has been completed. Two means two Pomodoros. Now, as we are adding more widgets to our GUI, it is better to have a grid layout. So this is the grid layout I am showing you. So it is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. and one, two, three columns. Now we are going to create this start button, reset button, this tick mark, and this label timer. Okay, we are going to create all this, yeah, and we are going to have something similar to this in the output. So once the GUI is done, then we can start adding the functionality to the program. Okay. So first now let's go and create it. So if you observe it, here I have written canvas.pack. We don't want that pack to be there. Now we want it to be in the grid. So let's change it. Change the pack to grid. So where should this canvas be placed? In the column and row. In the diagram that I have shown you, you draw the diagram on a paper and keep that paper with you, and with that you can write these numbers 1, 1, 2, 2 like that. Okay. Now let's create the other widgets. Let's call it as title label. We are going to create a timer using a label, and its text has to be timer, and it has to be in the green color. So FG means foreground, the text itself. Let's place it on the grid. Let's run it. Now we are able to place timer here, but then the problem is the size is too small. Let's increase the size of it to whatever size you want. You can randomly guess some number and then adjust it. Okay, initially you will not be able to find what size should be good. Let's put 50 there. Font is whatever font we have decided, font name, and the size is 50. And I'm not putting bold or italic or anything, I'm leaving it like that. Now we have got it. Okay. But the problem is its background color is white. We want it to be yellow. Let's add BG, background color. So we got everything in yellow. We got timer and we got the tomato, and on it there is a text. So let's try to add two buttons and the check mark. Start button and reset button. We are adding two buttons and we have to place them on the grid, otherwise they will not be displayed. Reset spelling is wrong. Let's change the spelling. Now on the grid we are going to place them at the required column and row number. These numbers you have to draw them on the paper, then only you will be able to understand. Don't by heart them, not required. You don't have to by heart anything that I taught in Python other than the basic features. All these programs you can actually Google out and then go to Stack Overflow whenever you are stuck and you can build them. You don't have to remember all these methods which are available. Even I did the same. Now we have got the start button and reset button. So to the start button and reset button, there is a small white boundary which you will not be able to see here in the program, in the screen. There is a small white border. We want to remove that by using highlight thickness. Earlier you have seen highlight thickness, right? Let's now add the check mark. So if you are in Mac, in the edit section, there you have all the emoji symbols and check mark symbols, everything available. But if you are in Windows, you go to internet, go to some place like a Wikipedia page or wherever it is. There you have check marks available. You can copy one of the check marks that you want. Okay, copy it and paste it. We have pasted the check mark. In Windows, you have to do that. And let's change the check mark color to green, otherwise it will be black by default, and the background color to yellow. And place it on the grid. It is present in the last row. So there is a small check mark which you may not be able to see, but there is a small check mark. There is start button, reset button, timer. So our GUI is ready. Now what is remaining is we need to add the functionality to it. So we'll add the functionality in the next video. Okay, thank you.